Hi everyone, welcome back to Living Dayton. So with the job market making little or no gains for the last few years, a lot of people have been turning to starting their own businesses as an alternative to work. But where do you even begin? Helping us sort out the options is local business owner Jerry Deer. Welcome back.
Hi Natalie, thank you.
Well, welcome. So tell me about starting you did it, so you can speak from firsthand experience.
I can.
What are the anxieties that go into starting your own first business?
Well, the first thing to figure out is what you're going to do. Obviously, with our job market the way it was, people were trying to come up with a way to start a business, and what we were talking about for something like this was more like a home-based business, so they don't have to go out and rent a space and do a lot of overhead.
How do you determine what you're going to start out of your own home? Because there's different venues to start with. You could start with some of your own skills that you have, that you've acquired through school or work experience.
Right.
Or you could jump into something that's already established, like a Mary Kay kind of home business. How do you choose what route you're going to go?
Well, there are two different schools of thought on this. You have the one which is the original version of starting a business that you want to start up, which is from your own education, your background, and you're launching it from scratch. You have to do everything on your own. It's got a lot of pluses and minuses associated with it. Number one, it's expensive. You have to take a lot of time to build it up, and you have to know a little bit about marketing to be able to do it. And then the other type is what we call an MLM, or a multi-level marketing company, and that's the Avon's, Pampered Chef, Juice Plus, these kinds of companies.
Which we hear about a lot.
You do, and they have good and bad associated with them. You need to be aware of what those things are, and the difficulty that people think is that you're just going to, well, it's already established, you're just going to start up a new business and it's up and running, and it doesn't work that way. It's just as much hard work as if you started it up from scratch.
So it sounds like if you're wavering or you're not entirely sure, making a pro and con list for each might be a good way to make a decision.
Right.
Listing them out. Is there, if you were to say that there's one that's more risky, would it be the starting with your own
Starting
skills?
on your own is always very risky. The one thing you want to look at mostly is that you have the ability not only to do the job, but you know, it's as if somebody decided to be a plumber and they have the skill and they set up a shingle and they go out and get a truck and they've got all the stuff, but they don't know how to market themselves. The multi-level company allows you to have that background already in place. It helps you with the way the company is already established. It's got a name. You don't have to start from zero. So there's less risk, but you have to also be careful that you're not spending money on things you can't afford.
Do you get guidance from those companies in terms of marketing, like what the tips and how to go out there and get your customers?
You do, and to a point. I mean, there's always a level of where it sort of stops, and you have to look at your own environment, your own region, and see, well, is there too much penetration? Maybe you have 50 Mary Kay people on your block, much less, you know, your city. So you want to really take a look at what's going to work best for you, and they can kind of help you decide how to do that.
All right, we've got just a few more seconds, but I want to give people, if there's a quick to-do list, maybe a 1, 2, 3 to start, what are the first 3 steps that they would need to kind of get on that path?
First, apply for a job somewhere else. Just don't do it. I'm just kidding. It's very hard. The first thing you want to do is look at your own strengths. Start from what you know how to do. Don't try to pick up on something that you have no clue about. If you're not a good chef, don't take up Pampered Chef. You know, it's kind of like that. Then secondly, look at your finances and the time you have. This will be 65% of your time is going to be spent marketing that company, not doing the work. So you need to be okay with that. If you can handle it, you're in good shape.
Very good, Jerry. Thank you again as always.